Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Live Inspired podcast with John O'Leary Monday Morning Moments. As a child, I spent months in the hospital, 5, in fact. The pain was constant and hopelessness sometimes crept in. But one of the things that broke through my fear and isolation was when Mom arrived each afternoon, not only with that beautiful smile, but with the mail. Inside those envelopes were drawings and prayers and handwritten letters from people I'd never even met. They arrived from around the region, across the country, and in time from around the world. And although they were sent from different parts of the globe, they all carried the same message. John, you're not alone. You're not alone. It turns out, my friends, when a person is struggling, knowing that they are not alone and that they are being lifted up by others can make all the difference. It certainly did for me. And it's the same kind of impact I see in one of my newest friends. Her name is Lillian O'Donnell. At an age when many teenagers are discovering their voices, Lillian has already discovered something even more important: her ability to make a difference in her life starting right now. One weekend, while doing what many teenagers do, scrolling online, Lillian came across Letters of Love. Letters of Love is an organization that delivers handmade cards to children in hospitals. Each card offers encouragement, it reminds a child they are not alone, and it provides a moment of light during an incredibly difficult season for them and for their family. She could have made one card to send to the organization. That would have been enough. That would have been a beautiful act of kindness. Instead, Lillian took it a step farther. She asked a better question. What if our entire school helped with this? She then recruited a faculty sponsor. She designed some flyers. She hung them throughout the high school, emailed a few leaders, and built a plan to turn one idea into something far larger. What began as one teenager's ordinary weekend inspired nearly 1,000 students across her district to create messages of hope for children who are struggling in hospitals. My friends, too often, you and we convince ourselves that the world's problems are far too big for our little contributions. We wait for someone wiser, more connected, maybe more qualified to step forward. And yet, when I think back to my days in the hospital, and when I think of my new friend Lillian, I'm reminded that we can all make a profound impact on others. No, not because we carry the perfect credentials, not because we've been granted permission, not because we waited until we were older, but because we cared enough today to begin. Lillian hopes to become an educator one day, but she's not waiting for the diploma to begin changing lives. And perhaps that's the lesson for the rest of us. Some of the greatest teachers, my friends, are not standing behind podiums. They're sitting instead around kitchen tables. They're walking our school hallways. They're volunteering in neighborhoods. They're quietly imagining and speaking life into a world that is desperate to have some kindness and hope and inspiration around us. So today, do not underestimate your ability to impact and create change. And do not underestimate the young people who are in your life. Ask them what they're noticing. Listen to what they're dreaming about. Encourage their ideas and give them room to lead. Lillian O'Donnell reminds us that one voice can ignite hundreds. One idea can outgrow its creator, and one ordinary weekend scrolling can become the beginning of something extraordinary. Lillian, today, my friend, we celebrate you as being on fire for good. Thank you for reminding the rest of us that we do not need to wait until someday to make a difference. The world changes the moment we decide to begin today. My friends, I want to thank you today for listening in to our Monday morning message. I want to thank you for being part of our Live Inspired community. And I want to remind you that the foundation is firm. The headwind we face is real. And yet the best is yet to come. So for this time and until next time, my name is John O'Leary. And today is your day. What a gift. Live with your soul on fire.